Okay, so you're tuning to the Journey Uncovered, where we have conversations with big thinkers, entrepreneurs, and creatives to ask them about the journey, the process to getting to where exactly they've gotten to. Listen, we are not just concerned about the end, which is a successful end, but we are really concerned about the process, the sweet parts within, because that's what we believe makes every single person who they are today. And today we have a producer on our, well, I won't call it hot seat, but we have a producer over here, and we're going to be having a long conversation with her to find out what it takes to be a producer who makes very good movies here in Ghana. So, as we always have it, I'm not going to be the one to introduce a guest. The guest will do their own introduction because today I actually learned her full name. So, Labi, I knew her as Labi, but let the guest introduce himself.
My name is Lawrencia Larbi-Amoah.
Okay, Lawrencia Larbi-Amoah.
Yeah.
So, for the purpose of this interview, let me call you Lawrencia. I think I'll prefer to call you Lawrencia.
Why not?
So, Lawrencia, thank you for, spending time to come all the way to this place to have this conversation with us. In this season, we are diving into the film industry in Ghana.
Okay.
One of the reasons that we are diving into this conversation is because compared to our brothers and sisters in the African continent, we realize that, Ghanaians are producing good movies, but they don't promote it a lot, and it's not as popular as the other ones that we constantly watch in the country. So we wanted to shed more light on the people who actually do the work in the movie industry and, have them tell us their story and tell us
Right.
how it is that they go about their process or their project and what they think is also wrong. Because I, as a host, I have my own, perception of what I think is wrong.
And I'd love to hear it.
You love to hear.
As someone who watches the movies.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. We'll get to it. But the first thing I want to find out is who is Lawrencia and what brought Lawrencia into production as you have it now.
Okay, so I am a writer and a producer at the same time. So I write, I produce. And what brought me here was that when I was in university, I had majored in theater art because there was an option to do a double major, either to do double major in political science and theater art or just do a single major. And I didn't like political science. It wasn't interesting enough for me to decide to be a double major. So when I was in my third year, I decided, okay, I'll do theater arts because that interests me. I like everything about it. The fact that we go to the drama studio, we are always at the drama studio, we are always reading a play, we are always dissecting a play. That was more interesting for me. And so I decided to major in theater art. I met so many of my lecturers were very helpful. Because when anytime I wanted to write, they were like, okay, I think you should write. I think you should write. Then I became a TA for my head of department. Dr. Ajimano said he was tremendous because he was always giving me books to read. He was always telling me, you should write something. And he always asked me, have you written anything? Why aren't you writing? And so when I finished uni, I worked at a fashion magazine, two fashion magazines, fashion and lifestyle magazines. Then I met Nanesi Hene. I forgot when I met him, but I think I met him about 2018. And we kept on talking, oh, like I want to, I want to come on set. I want to learn. I want to learn. And it's like, okay, fine. Come on set. I went on set. I started as a production assistant. I was even a runner. I started as a runner. Then I became a production assistant. Then I was doing all jobs around. I was constantly asking questions for the people around. Oh, what does this light do? Why are we doing this? What does that? Da 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 da. And then till I rose up there. I mean, then COVID happened. So during COVID, it was kind of like everything had slowed down, and that's when I decided, okay, what the hell? I mean, that's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing now. Wait, you explained, you said you were even a runner. Who's a runner?
So a runner is basically someone who does all tasks on a set. So if you're on a set, there's someone that has to go pick up stuff. You have to make sure every department has what they need.
Okay.
So you are not assigned to a specific department. So if the light department needs a cable, you go look for the cable. If the costume department needs hands to change, to iron, you do that. If the art department, production design, they need someone to move, say this thing, let's move it this way. You help every single department. So you become like the, as Ghanaians would say,
middleman.
Not even like their boy. You do everything that they want you to do. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Now, when you were doing all of that, did you ever think that this is this is what you are going to end up doing at the end of the day.
When I was doing all of that, I thought I'd be a writer, right? Because I thought, oh, this is like the path, the end path is for me to write all these things. But then one day we had a project. I forgot what project it was, but I'm sure it was a commercial. We had a commercial, and then it was like, oh, I think you should produce it. And I was like, okay, fine. What do I need to produce this? You have to talk to people. You need to figure out how much it's going to cost. You need to figure out who needs to be here at this point in time. And it was difficult because when you're dealing with people, I mean, dealing with people is difficult no matter what job you're in. But
Mhm.
then when you're also dealing with creatives, every creative has like the way they want to work. And so you have to think about, okay, how do I bring all these people at this point to make sure that the production comes
Mm.
off well?
I remember watching one of your TikTok videos where you specifically said being a producer is like being a project manager. Is that
Yeah.
what you're talking about?
Yeah, it is. Because when you are a project, I mean, my sister has a master's in project management, so she can better speak to the whole project management thing. But when you're a producer, you have money or you outline money for a specific task. So if this project needs 500,000 or there's only 500,000 to do this project, you make sure that you stay within budget and on time.
Mm.
So if this thing is a 30-second commercial, and for the 30-second commercial, all you have is 200,000 cities to do a 30-second commercial with a script, you make sure that you are able to pull that off.
Mm. In handling such, figures and such budgets, what are some of the constraints that you can face at the end of the day?
Everything. Like you can face everything from scaling down the number of casts, scaling down the locations you can use. You have to scale down on like the costumes or scale it up or down. So you have to make certain sacrifices because not everybody has the budget you want.
Mm.
Like and this I'm talking about purely these are TV commercials. So if you are producing a commercial and someone comes to you and the person's like, oh, I want to do a 45-second commercial, da 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 da. This is my idea. If it's from an agency, you have to, okay, this is the idea, this is the script you've come up with, then you do the budget for it. They're like, this is too high. You're like,
Mm.
okay, so what budget? What's your budget ceiling? For me, as a Ghanaian, I always want to work with a budget ceiling because I figure that when you tell them how much it costs to pull it off, they always think that you are overcharging. But it's just you've given me a script, and the script you've given me, that's the amount of money you need to pull it off. And so I always like to, okay, what's your budget? Because if you give me a budget ceiling, then I work backwards from that. So, oh, all we can afford is 120,000. And I can tell you, then we sit down like, okay, 120,000 can get you XYZ.
Mm.
You want 30 people, let's do 5 people, let's do 7 people. You want to shoot in 10 locations, let's do two. So that at the end of the day, you are happy, I'm happy, and
Everybody's
then
happy.
exactly.
Does that limit creativity? Because then I think it's like you have a script, you know that the script is so lovely, and this is what it would take to pull off the script, and then now you're trying to cut down on what it is that you are going to put out. Because if the budget, for example, for that particular script was say 100,000 CDs, and the client says, "Oh, I only have 50,000,"
Yes and no.
okay.
Creativity is boundless. You figure out how you can pull off the best thing with limited amount of money you have. Some of the best music videos in this country have been pulled off for far less,
Mm.
right? And so it's about, okay, if this is the only amount you have, like you think about it like this, if this is the only amount you had, how can I make this the best possible thing? Because if I make this the best possible thing, it's going to lead me to the next thing I'm going to do.
What mindset shifts do you have to get in order to run a production or to be a producer?
Anything can go wrong. Like you have to have that at the back of your mind. Anything and everything can go wrong. You think that, oh, you've planned it to the T, something will go wrong. And I used to have so much problem with that because it's like, why is this going wrong? But it's like, it's life. Things happen, things go wrong. So once you have a back of mind that everything can go wrong, then you can plan. So okay, what can go wrong? Your gaffer might have an accident. Your gaffer might get sick. If your gaffer gets sick, is there anyone that can take up his role? Okay, he has assistants. Okay, let's do that. Your cast on the morning of it, something happens to them. Then do a plan B. Sound batteries go off. Okay, what do we do about sound? Rain. Nowadays it rains a lot. When
Yeah.
it rains and you're shooting outdoors, you have to figure out. I need a plan B. Okay, this thing we are doing outside. We need to figure out an indoor location so that we can put it. We are going to take this whole thing and do it indoors.
That sounds like a whole lot of constraints. That
It
sounds
is.
like a whole lot that I can't handle.
Oh no, I feel like if you do it so long, you will. I
You
mean,
get used
I'm
to it.
still learning, right? Because even today, I'm still like there are things I'm still figuring out. There are questions I still ask, like because Nanesian and I we are business partners now. So and he's done this for so long, longer than I have. So I'm still learning. There are questions where I go and ask him like, okay, look, this is what I'm thinking. Do you think it's going to work? And he'd be like, no.
Hmm.
And I'd feel like, why is he saying no? But then after conversations, I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're really
Yeah,
right.
that works.
This wasn't going to work anyway. So it's just I'm constantly still learning actually.
I see. So for somebody like me who doesn't, have the eye for it, do you think talent is enough in the industry?
Discipline is not talent. Talent can only take you so far. I know so many talented people who are not disciplined
Mhm.
because if you are talented, like if you come to me and say, oh, I'm very talented, I'm like, yeah, you are. But it takes real discipline. It takes real like shedding of ego actually to do the work because you're going to work with so many people who think differently than you do, people who have different temperaments than you do, and it's just sometimes you have to think about how can I best serve the production.
Mm. Okay. So we'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, Is Visual Render, for providing us with this space to have the recording in. Is Visual Render is a 3D studio located in Accra. They create 3D images and animations for marketing purposes and presentation purposes. If you're a real estate developer, an interior designer, or an architect looking to create images and animations for your project, look no further than Is Visual Render. They create the best images and animations and also virtual tours for any kind of projects that you can think about. Contact Is Visual Render today and let them create the best visualization for your projects. What one experience have you had with shedding of ego? Because the shedding of ego, I think it's something that will come up a lot because you think something should be done in a particular way, and then the next person by you is like, no, it's not going to happen.
It happens all the time. It happens constantly. And for me as a producer, a lot of times I say that by the time we get on set, my work is halfway done because the moment you get on set, that's the director's domain. All I have to do is make sure that all the things that needs to be there is there.
Is there?
Because it's for me, it's before that, it's before getting on set, it's the pre-production, it's the meetings, it's the okay, I think we should do this. Oh no, we shouldn't do that. Oh, Charlie, this person. Oh no, not this person. Fight. You argue, come to a consensus. Okay, this is the best path forward. Then we go on set.
Okay, I'd like you to walk me through me giving you a script and you running it through the production pipeline. What are the stages that are involved?
What kind of script is it?
Okay, so let's say we are shooting a commercial for a business that sells Gary.
Right. Do you already like okay, so you say you have the script for that.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'd ask, is it just for digital or is for TV?
So it's for digital because I wouldn't want to shoot myself in the foot by just doing TV. But by the way, do you think TV commercials are still relevant these days?
Yes, they are. I Ghana still Ghanaians watch TV. I watch TV. And if we think that just because one avenue isn't in your point of view, like it's not around the things you see, it doesn't matter. You are wrong because the bulk of people watch TV. When you go to the barbering salon, they're watching TV. When I'm braiding my hair, there's a TV there. When I'm at the nail salon, there's a TV there. When I'm going to buy stuff that I need for my house, there's a TV there. So people are constantly watching TV. So
Hmm.
a lot of brands know that. Do they invest as much? No. But then they still have a presence on TV.
Well, yes, I understand where you're coming from by saying that there's a TV there, but most of the time you see these people they're not watching the local channels.
Says who?
What?
My nail salon, they're constantly watching there's a I forgot what the channel is, but they do music videos. So they show music videos for like 2 hours.
MX24
I think that's either that or what's the TV3's the
Foresight.
no not foresight. Uh Olele used to be on their show. Olele used to host the morning show. What's it called? Three
Ah,
Music.
3 Music. Okay.
Yes. Constantly watching Three Music. So when I go, they have like it's on constantly. So
Hmm.
we think, and that's the thing, a lot of Ghanaians make certain assumptions about media consumption. So we use that like, oh, Ghana for and Sheshe. But then when you go, you're like, no, you're not on the streets. It's the same thing with music. How certain people be like, oh, but this person's not popular to you. The person's not popular to you. But when you go out, they
Hmm.
are being played at funerals. They are being played at the weddings, at the outdoorings. So we have to think about all the people that we are serving.
Interesting. Okay, so then back to the question. That's an interesting perspective because I've always thought that I wouldn't waste money doing a TV commercial
and that's
against
and
doing a
that's fine
digital.
and that's fine and I wouldn't knock you like when people say I don't want to do a TV commercial. I'm like, that's fine. If you're going to do digital, that means that you have to invest more into it, because we all saw Kivo. When Kivo did their commercials, it was before every YouTube video.
Yeah.
It was in the YouTube breaks. It was everywhere. So if you're going to go digital, then you have to go all out.
Hmm.
It's a give and take.
Okay. So say I give you that script for the Gary, commercial.
Right.
What are the stages that it would go through before it comes out?
We would have to break the script down, break it down to the number of locations that are in the script, break it down to the number of people that are in the script, break it down to what props do we need, how many costume changes are there. So when we do that, then we assign a cost to it. And for us as a company, what we like doing is, okay, who do we think is best fitted to choose this production? So if we think, okay, we are going to go with, say, Kwame Black, or we are going to go with uh, Fifi, or we are going to go with whoever it is that we work with, Daniel Actor, all these DPs. If we figure out who we are going to go with, then it's like, okay, this is what we want to do. Can you give us a cost of that? Then we get the cost. Then we align. We do all these pre-production meetings. Then no, even before we get to pre-production meetings, then we do the budgets. Then we send the budget to you.
Mm-hmm.
You approve the budget or not. If you decide not to approve the budget and go with someone else, that's fine. Okay. But if you decide, say, okay, fine, this is cool. We approve the budget. Let's go with them. We have pre-production meetings. Then we send you a deck. These
Okay.
are the locations we have in mind. These are the casts we have in mind. These are the props we have in mind. The costume. You give your input about it. Be like, my brand, we like, say, green. My brand, we like green. So can we have a little green in the
In the
background just
background.
so there'll be awareness by the audience? They'll be like,
Mm.
okay, but we don't want to be so loud that it's green, because it's green
Everywhere is
everywhere, it's
green.
green. Yeah, no. So we say, okay, we understand that you want green. We will find a way to put it there. Then you approve costumes, you approve of the cast. Then we go on set.
Wonderful. That sounds like a long. So how long does that usually take?
Oh, it depends.
So it can span from 1 month to like 3 months, 4 months.
Why are we spending 3 months on a commercial? I mean, unless it's like a huge campaign where it's like, oh, we are doing like this whole rollout, so we have to do constant back and forth. We are shooting this, but if it's not like a really big campaign, a commercial shouldn't take
It
three
shouldn't
months.
take that long.
Mm.
Okay, great. Now, from your experience, what do you think about the Ghanaian film industry?
What do you think about it? I want to hear. I'm a practitioner in it, so I might be
You
biased.
might be biased.
So, what
Okay.
do you think
So
about
I
it?
am a standby person, and I'm completely isolated from the film industry. Now, what I think is, you guys do good work. Good work. So for some people, they do good work. Some people, they don't do good work. So for the people that do good work, they do good work, but they don't promote it enough. And so that good work ends up coming out, and then it's shelved somewhere, and the marketing is not a lot for a lot of people to see it.
What was the last Ghanaian film you watched?
Last year,
Okay, what film?
The Groomsmen.
Okay, but that wasn't last year. That was last two
Was that
years.
last year? Last 2 years? That was last 2 years.
Okay, so since then, have you watched any other?
Any other Ghanaian film? Let me see. I think I tried Shelley's Own on YouTube,
Okay,
but I've not been to the cinema to watch any other Ghanaian film.
I wasn't even talking about cinemas. I was just talking generally.
Generally,
Like, what
okay.
was the last Ghanaian film
Yeah,
you
so
watched?
then that'll be YouTube. That'll be YouTube. Shelley's movie last, I think, 3 months ago. I've forgotten the title. I suck at titles. But yes, that's the last movie I watched.
Okay, so you're asking why isn't there any promotion for it?
Why isn't there enough promotion for it? Because I see the promotion going on, but I see it partly because a few people that I know are inside.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll see some of their posts and I'll see where it is online. But I don't see it going up in flames like the other countries.
Right. Last year, did you see The Fisherman?
No, I didn't.
Did you guys hear about the fisherman? You were there? Did you hear about the fisherman? No. That's interesting. Okay. So promotion costs money. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Every aspect of the film process costs money. And for a lot of producers, for a lot of filmmakers, by the time you get to the end of the process when the film is out, you are drained.
Okay.
And so then you have to like shed everything and then do the promotion for the film. And here's where if you don't have money backing you, if you don't have someone saying, okay, let's do this promotion, you might falter. And the thing is that people say, oh, but it's so much work. It is. I'm like, I'm not even going to lie. Everything is work. But the reason about that is also that a lot of Ghanaians aren't curious about film industry. Because you said
Mm.
you didn't hear about the fisherman. You
Yeah,
didn't hear about
because
the
we are
fisherman.
standby. You know.
But the fisherman is blown up. The fisherman has shown in Kenya. The fisherman has shown in Nigeria. It's shown in South Africa. It's shown in different African countries. It was at Venus Film Festival. It's shown in America. So it's that's why I was asking, what was the last Ghanaian film you watched? Because there has to be curiosity from the audience as well, because it's a two-way street.
Okay.
A filmmaker will do the film, but you have to be interested enough to watch it.
Okay. Okay. So then if it's about the curiosity of the audience, like people like me who are not in the industry, why is it that we are more curious about certain movies that we find online and we are not curious about what is being produced by us?
Because you see what's online a lot. Like, I'm not even it's true. Like, when something is blown up, when everybody's talking about it, everybody has FOMO. Oh,
Fear of missing out.
I
Yeah.
also want to see what it is about. If you hear about Stranger Things, oh, Charlie, me say if I have to watch Stranger Things because everybody's talking about it. But we don't have the everybody's talking about it. I mean, and I think that the one thing that maybe we should take is the music industry. Like, people have their fan bases. If Shatawale has music that I have never heard in my entire life, but his shutter movements know every single lyric. I've been to places where they are playing a Shatawale song. And I'm like, hey, now when did the song come out? Like, you haven't heard. It's blowing up in the street. And I'm like, what? It's the same thing with Sarkodie. Sarkodie has his fans.
Yeah.
Stoneboy has his fans. Jackie, all these people, they have their fans. They have people who
constantly consume.
Constantly consume. And I think that for us, we have to find a way for the audience to constantly consume. But then it's not the same. Music isn't the same as film.
Yeah.
Because by the time you start and you get to the end, it's taking so long. So the constant engagement with that, and some filmmakers don't want to be front and center. And I that's fine, because you want your work to speak for itself. But right now we are getting to a place whereby we have to blow our own trumpet, because the director for The Fisherman, Zoe Martinson, constantly talking about her film, constantly posting about it, constantly getting into spaces where she's always like, look, this is the film I made. It's an amazing film. You should see it. We are producing 2. It's the same thing for 2. We are constantly talking about 2. You should see our film. It's so amazing. We are doing behind the scenes. We are in post-production now for our film 2. We are constantly showing shots. Okay, there's some parts of the film. There's a teaser. This is a this is a that. Because we want to be the mouthpiece for our film. Because if we are not, and we are going to leave it to some people, it's never going to.
So do you think that's what the other people do well enough? Because, for example, I'm here and I've watched 2 series from South Africa that I don't know the people, but lovely story. One of the series I recently finished binge watching yesterday was The Polygamist.
Right.
And I loved it.
Right.
But how did I get to know about it? Somebody on social media was talking about it. So now my question is, how is it that they do it?
But then also your algorithm pushed it to you. I mean, the thing is, it's sponsored art. I think that a lot of times when we see things, we think it came out of the zeitgeist. This came out of nowhere. Nothing comes out of nowhere.
Oh, yes.
Exactly. So your algorithm pushes it to you because someone has invested in it and they're like, we need to make our money back. What best way do we make our money back? Some of them is like, voila, it happens out of the way. You're like, oh, I need to repeat this lightning in a bottle phenomenon. But a lot of that is concentrated effort. Who can we get to talk about our film, about our project? That will give us the most mileage. And then that's what happens.
And also a very big shout out to Elite Zone Enterprise for providing us with this tablet. I mean, look at this tablet. Look at the size. It's small. It's cute. If you're an MC, you're a secretary, you're looking for something quick to put in key in data or handle your presentations and anything like that, this is the kind of device that you need. But hold on, it's not left out to MCs and secretaries. If you're a gamer looking to build a heavy PC for gaming, video editing, anything like that, or animations, contact Elite Zone Enterprise because they are the trusted source for all my PCs that I've built over the past years. So yes, Elite Zone Enterprise is the right place to go when you need anything PC or laptop or tablets. Let's get back into the video. Who calls the shots in that line when it comes to promoting the film?
It depends. It really depends. If you don't have a marketing company, if you don't have a distribution company, and you're doing it yourself, you call the shots.
Wow. Okay. So that explains why, good work is done and then most of the time it ends up on the shelf, because then if you are already tired from doing the production.
But I don't think it ends up on the shelf. Once again, you like there were films that came out last year that I'm not sure you like. Do you know about The Last Stop? You were there. Do you know about The Last Stop?
No. You see, we are neutral people.
Yes. So it doesn't end up on the shelf. There's not a lot of what we think about marketing about film is that it has to be put in the cinemas are really great.
Yeah.
But there has to be a way where we can move in cinemas and then beyond it. And there are people that are doing great projects that will not probably be seen by Ghanaians, but they'll be seen by everybody else, right? Because The Barrel of Kojo is not available on Netflix Africa, but it's available on Netflix Europe, Middle East, and America, right? It's because that's the deal they got.
Why does that happen?
It's the deal you sign. You've done a project, you need the money, that someone comes to you and says that, okay, look, it might be that you want to be able to show it across Africa by yourself. So they'll give you the rights to Africa, the streaming or the distribution rights to Africa, and then they take the rest of the global rights.
Then it really becomes difficult for people like us to see, because truly, if that's also based on a deal that you sign, then how are we going to see it and how are we going to like it?
Once again, I think that you have to be curious about what people are doing. It's because I think that it's very defeatist if you say that, the Ghana film industry is dying, I was dead, what's happening, If you're not curious about it, you never find out. Like, randomly, have you ever gone on Aquaba Magic to see the films that are showing?
I don't even have Aquaba Magic.
You guys don't have DSTV?
No.
Okay.
I'm constantly on Netflix or Prime.
Okay, and Netflix and Prime, there are not a lot of Ghanaian content on Netflix and Prime, so you're never going to see that. Okay.
Yes.
On YouTube, there's this, I've forgotten what they are called, but there's this producer. He's in Kumasi. He does these 30-minute to 40-minute short films that I think are really interesting, right? So he puts it out there. He has a lot of people watching it, right? But you don't know about it.
I don't know about it.
You don't know about it. Exactly.
Why?
Because
I'm not curious enough.
I don't think you are. And I think that day to day, and they're kind of doing something because they also want to do film. YouTube is what's available for them. So they'll put out the film, right? And the thing is that Ghanaians, we also tend to be very critical of what people do. Like, we think it should be of a certain standard. If
before we watch it.
Yeah, if it's not on that standard, we're not going to watch it. There's good or bad everywhere. The same way some people go on Tubi and be like, oh, who approved the script? The same way there are phenomenal movies showing on Tubi as well. So we have to decide that, you know what? And I know what someone's going to say, but why should we support movies that are not good? We need to move forward. You support the good, you support the bad. And the thing is, I was telling someone yesterday or 2 days ago, there's always something nice about the movie. The story might not be good, but you have to, and I think that as Ghanaians, we have to get to a point where we always look for the good in what we are watching.
Okay.
I did theater art. So I know that when you go on stage, you might go to the drama studio and you watch a play and you're like, this play is trash. But you have to think about, okay, what do I like about it? So you can go and say, phenomenal blocking. Oh my goodness, the blocking, the way you guys came out of the amazing.
And that's the end.
And that's the end. And the thing is, when you tell that to the director, of the stage play, they will think, oh my God, my blocking was so good. So then they will stand on that and improve, right? It's the same when you say a costume. Oh, the costume, I like the costume so much. You'll be like, oh, nice costume. So it means I'm doing something right with the costumes. So I think that as Ghanaians, we have to get to a point where we are like, okay, this thing is not good. But what one, like, find one thing that you would like about it and blow it up. And then the filmmaker will improve. Because if you say one thing like the locations, where did you find the locations from? My goodness, what lovely locations. You'll be like, oh yeah, oh, like the filmmaker will start telling you all the suffering they went through
To get the
to get
the
that location. You're like, oh, I see that. Because when you do that, they're like, okay, I had a nice location. What else can I make it nice? Then the filmmaker might not. I don't know. There are different people. Okay, but
Everybody.
what didn't you like about it? Then you're able to say, well, maybe the girl, I don't think the girl you picked can act. So maybe next time
Try a different actor.
you try a different actor. But you've praised something that they are so like, oh, I really like it. So I think like Ghanaians, we have to get to a point whereby as we're watching something, find one thing. It doesn't have to be two. Just find one thing you like about it and tell the filmmaker that's the one thing you like.
So I'm guessing that's what you would like, the audience to change. That's their perspective that you like them to change when they are watching the film.
Yeah. And
pick one thing and like it and just
pick one thing and like it. Film but like just find that one thing because it's that one thing that's going to help all of us move forward.
I like the fact that you've played several roles rising all the way to a producer currently. What system do you currently think is in place that needs to change in the production line so that things could get better, especially on the promotion end?
Honestly, I don't know. It's hit and miss. Like I'm not even going to sit here and be like, I don't have a grand system or anything. It's hit and miss. I try everything. That's like my.
What are some of the things that you've tried that have hits, and what are some of the things that you've tried that missed?
I don't know anything that has missed, and I'm not saying that because our film hasn't come out, so I can't confidently say, okay, we tried this and missed. But the one thing we've tried that has been a hit for us is going into film festivals.
Okay.
For our short films, we went into film festivals. We're like, look, we need to let people see this. What can we do? We went to film festivals. Some of the film festivals, I knew the people, so I reached out to them. Like Accra Indie Film Fest last year, I reached out to the person that runs it, Evans Egan. I reached out to him like, you know what? I have a short film. Can you please show it? I beg. Like I just like I know this is last minute. I know you've done a programming, you've done all of that, but please, from the bottom of my heart, do it for me. And he did show my short film, and so we got an audience to watch a short film. We submitted our short films to any film festival that will have us. Okay. We went on Film Freeway. Okay, short films. What short films? Like we went to African short films. We did real to reality. So that's what worked for us because we're like, we can't be here and not do anything. So we tried. Any short film we tried. We applied for it. We got some of them. We got some of them. We didn't get, but still put it out there.
Still putting it out there. This is the second time I'm hearing film festival. For the people who don't know what a film festival is, what's a film festival?
A film festival is basically 2 to 3 days or 5 days or 7 days or 10 days of programming where different films from different parts of the world, or well, depending on what the film festival is, different parts of the world, different parts of the country or the continent are screened for an audience. And most film festivals nowadays have a film market where producers, distributors, sales agents come. So just like a marketplace, you have a project, they want to buy it. So you're selling, they are buying, they like it, they don't like it. And then after that, in the evening, during the day, you go watch films that different people have made. Those films will be bought or not be bought, but you still see what other people are doing in other countries.
Interesting. So can random people be part of a film festival?
As an attend a film festival?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. That means there's, as I said, Accra Indie Film Festival is coming up in July. I think the last week of July. There's Black Star Film Festival. There's Rifa Film Festival. You could just, if you look at film festivals happening around me, there's FESPACO in Burkina Faso. Nigeria has Afro. South Africa has. Kenya has. So if you can, and you are at the place, you can see, oh, what are film festivals playing around me? And then you attend.
That brings me to another question, which is, it still revolves around promotion. But the thing here is that I get to know about it because I know somebody who does, attends most of the film festivals. So she makes videos about, oh, this film festival is coming up here, here, here. So if you're interested in looking at this. But now, who runs the promotion for some of the film festivals?
The organizers.
The organizers.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to find an organizer and ask him some questions.
I mean, you should reach out to Evans Egan. I don't know if he's in the country. I think he'll be in Ghana for the film festival in July. But you
Okay.
should reach out to him for Accra Indie Film Fest.
Hey, I'm sorry for interrupting the conversation. I just wanted to introduce you to this amazing bookkeeping platform made for Africans that I found online 3 years ago when I was looking for a platform to keep records in my business. So this is Keep Up Store. In Keep Up Store, you get to send bulk SMS to your customers or your clients. You can get team management on it, sales tracking on it. You can issue invoices and receipts on the same platform. You can manage your inventory, and you can also create an online store for your business. Now, I have good news for you. You can use the promo code TJU to get a 1-month free subscription on their platform. It's been an amazing 3 years using their products. And so I reached out to them because I truly believed in their products. And I wanted to also introduce them to you. The link will be right in the description. Let's get back into the conversation.
Okay, so remember you mentioned that anything and everything can go wrong on set.
Yeah.
Now, when that anything and everything goes wrong on set, take for
Right.
example, you've paid for, a place to have as your location for like 2 days,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're having to use a place for 4 days.
Right.
What happens to the budget at that point? Are you talking to the people or you're?
It's double. Like instantly, if it's 2 days and goes for, it's double. Like there's nothing you can do about it.
And then what happened? How do you communicate that to the executive producer? Do you like tell him, oh look, this happened and that happened? And
Okay. There's a threshold
okay.
for budget. If your budget goes 1 to 3% over budget, which it shouldn't, honestly, because if you've done the budget, you should have a miscellaneous. So you should have a buffer.
Mm.
You should have an amount that will be a buffer that, okay, if something goes wrong, we pick from here. A lot of Ghanaian companies don't like paying for miscellaneous because they think it's useless money. That's a story for another day. But you should have a buffer in your budget.
Mm.
If it goes up, once again, why is it going up? Like, I'm trying to think about, unless it's like force majeure, like COVID happened, so we can't go anywhere. And the money
There's
has
no
share for
control.
everybody because there's no control. When, like a government thing, like one day we wake up and they're like, oh, we are doing census, so nobody should come out. There's nothing I can
There's
do
nothing you
about
can
it.
do about it.
But I know budgets go up. I'm not even trying to say that budgets go up,
But
but
1 to 3% is quite tight.
that's how much you should go up if something happens, because once you are in a budget deficit of 10%, like if you say there was 100,000, you budget 100,000,
Mhm.
and instantly you need an additional 10,000. I wouldn't advise it. No, because if I'm the one giving you money,
Yeah.
if you come to me for money and you tell me that, oh, I'm going to do a film, and I ask you, okay, into you're saying, you had like, oh, the film will cost 100,000. You've done, and the thing is, you're supposed to have miscellaneous. You're supposed to have a contingency as part of your budget. Maybe you won't write it that, oh, this is contingency, but as part of the budget, you should know that I have some money there that if anything goes wrong, I can adjust. I'll give you 100,000. Then you come to me and say, oh, you know what? Okay, I didn't think about this. So that'll be an additional, say, 1,000. 1,000 I might consider. But if you come to me and say, I need an additional 10,000, we have to talk. Why? What happened? Why do you need an additional 10,000?
Okay, because I've been in a situation where there was a budget for a particular thing, like in production, there was a particular budget was given, the money was released,
And then what happened?
and then rain fell on that particular day.
Oh, the money has shit. Like rain fell, so they were shooting outdoors.
Yes, it was an outdoor shoot.
They didn't check the weather.
Yeah, that day they checked the weather. Everything was clear. And
It
at
started
4
raining.
p.m., hey,
Was it a night shoot?
yeah, it was supposed to ease into the night.
Oh, sunset, like
Yeah.
golden hour shoot. That's sad. And it couldn't be moved indoors.
No, it couldn't. So at that point, the budget will go beyond the 1%.
It shouldn't.
What?
It really shouldn't. So it just means that you've lost what, 4 hours, 5 hours of shoot.
Together with the casts.
Yeah, you have to make up for it one day. So it means if it's a 5-day shoot, it means I have to do 5.5 days, right? So on the half day, you have to plead with your cast. Charlie, this one, I know. I say 5 days. It rained. We're all there when it rained. So I beg you people, right? Because I mean, when we were shooting too, our schedules went like we were supposed to shoot on a clay court, a tennis clay court. Well, I was me personally, I was looking forward to it because it's a beautiful location. The night before it rained, there was nothing we could do about it because the clay court wasn't available to us. Because it rained. It rained the whole night.
Everyone was bad.
So we just had to change it, and we just had to switch. Okay, how can we best switch and still make the essence of the scene happen? So we just had to, and I think that it wasn't our fault. We had to apologize to all our cast. We're sorry. The location we had
This
is
is
not
what
available.
happened.
Yeah.
Why is it sometimes more expensive to produce locally than to license the foreign film?
Wait. That's in what sense?
So take for example, there's a particular film that has, aired somewhere else. Now you want to license it to show it here in Ghana.
Are you talking about television stations?
Yes.
Okay. Licensing is cheap. And I'm not saying, okay, licensing is inexpensive, not cheap. And no thing is cheap, no media is cheap. When you license something, if it's shown in wherever it's been 5 years since it's shown, that's like the third life of that television show. So to license it will be more affordable than to do an original thing from scratch. Now, the reason why in the past certain television shows were able to run was because it was funded by external things. USAID. There was PPAG. There was Mary Stopes. There were all these. I don't know if Mary Stopes fund. Yeah, Mary Stopes, because they are doing ATOA. They funded ATOA. So all these different organizations fund it.
Okay.
And because they fund it, the burden isn't on the television station to fund it from scratch. So that point, they can then say, okay, they're giving you some, okay, yes, you're the baby can and then you show it. Yeah. But a lot of the shows we watch, they're on this is like their fifth life. Because they've shown it in here, they've made their money back, and some African country be like, oh, can we also show it? They're like, okay, fine.
Just pay this.
Just pay this, and then that's additional money for them.
Now, what's the biggest bottleneck in the industry? Is it finance, distribution, or leadership?
Everything.
Yay.
Okay. Funding is a bottleneck, so you have to be nimble with funding. Distribution is a bottleneck, so you have to reach out to different people. Leadership, I don't know enough. Like I won't speak about leadership because I don't know what leadership you're talking about. Leadership in what sense?
Leadership in terms of authorities. I know NFA is a big authority in terms of the film industry in Ghana. Now, so breaking down communication from NFA to every single person that is within the industry.
Right.
Has it been smooth?
That one I don't know. That's for that one, dear. I can't tell. No, because I mean, when the president announced that there was going to be a 20 million CD, everybody heard
available. Yeah,
you heard about it.
Me, I heard it from a different place.
You heard about it.
She heard about it.
You heard about it, but you didn't hear about Fisherman. Anyway.
Wow.
See, when money came out, everybody heard about it. So people ask me, ain't 20 million, not dear when he. And I'm like, let's relax. Like,
that's not how they're sharing their money.
Yeah, let's relax. I don't even know how they're going to share. But I don't know. Like, I can't, when it comes to leadership and business, I can't speak for that because they have the KPIs they have to meet. So how they meet their KPIs, I'm not privy to that information. So I don't have an authority. I can't say anything about that.
Okay. So what about finance?
Money is money, Charlie. Looking for money is difficult. If I say I don't have money, someone who's running their water business to say, Charlie, I don't have money.
I also don't have money.
Someone who is doing a matcha shop will also say, Charlie, they don't have money. Money is difficult to find everywhere. So as film practitioners, what has worked for us as a company at Bravado is that we now are running like an equity model. So when we are doing a production, we let people buy into our production. Okay. Like, okay, this is what we want to do. We can give you, we don't have money. So you have to reach out to who you can reach out to. Some people say no, it's life. It's
not enough.
It's life.
We also like to say a very big thank you to Board House Electrical for providing us with a solar setup to run our studio space. We do not have interrupted power when we are recording because of the setup that they've given us. And so if you're home, you're an office, or you are any kind of business looking to have uninterrupted power, look no further than Boardhouse Electrical. We've been on this setup for like 4 years now, and we've not had any issues on them. And so, for any kind of power need, contact Boardhouse Electrical. They will take care of you, and I mean like they'll take care of you. So, what is two? You've mentioned it 2 times. Did you see the bad day? Did you see the
Two is a film coming out. It's our first feature film produced by my company when I need to in Bravado, and it's basically about a man who is reforming his life and things go all right. So,
and when will it be in the cinema?
we don't know.
Don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
We are planning on doing certain film festivals, and then we do
Before
cinemas.
it comes to
We
cinemas.
don't know yet.
Okay, lovely. Now, if somebody wanted to be a producer today,
Yeah.
where should they start from?
It depends. I can't tell. Everybody's journey is different, right? Some people, honestly, I can't tell them to you. For most of the world, they'll tell you start with being a PA, and you be an assistant to the producer.
Mm.
Then you become a producer. For some people, they'll say most producers look for money for a script. So you find a script. So for a producer, be like, okay, that's for parts of the world. I'm not even going to talk about Ghana. Find a script that you like, champion the script, make sure the script is made, then you're a producer. If to be a producer, you have to have an awareness of the industry, have an awareness of storytelling. But in Ghana, if you want to be a producer, you have to reach out. You have to work the ranks.
Mm. Mm. Why is it different in Ghana?
Everything is different in Ghana. No, because how the industry, like people have a best case scenario,
Okay.
right? Like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. And I understand that deeply. Like, yes, in an ideal world, in an ideal scenario, created by ideal situations, these are the things you're supposed to do. But this is not an ideal world. Even in America, even in the UK, even in Europe, the film industry has been scrambled up so much. There's been so many changes. So now the ladder that you can take to being a producer
Mhm.
is no longer there.
Mm.
So now you have to find your way into it. So okay, and I forgot. Another way you can be a producer is that if you are young and you want to produce films, you want to be a storyteller, go and look for some other people who are also doing things, not on a higher level, on your level. Say you have a friend who can act, you've been seeing their TikToks, tell them actually, let's do something. Go to, if you know a writer, who's your friend? Don't go and look for someone who's not your friend. Who's your friend? Reach out to the person and say, oh, I want to help you do something. You will need money for that. So if you have some money or you don't have money, go and work and look for the money. So you can bring like 3 people together, look at the script. Oh, okay, this script, we can do it. If the script says it can be done in 5 days, cut it down to 1 day. Make sure that you shoot everything in 1 day, 2 locations or 3 locations at most. Then when you do that, you are calling the shots. Then if there's a director that you know who can do it for you, reach out to that director. Once again, should be your friend.
Should be your friend.
Yes. Don't go and look for someone you don't know because you will be in a hell of a lot of pain. Then you do it. When you do that, you're a producer. You've produced a thing. You've brought everybody on board. You produce a thing, put it on YouTube, put it on TikTok. You can write my first produced short film. Then that's how you can be a producer. Once again, do it with your friends. They are the ones that you can like negotiate and say, Charlie, I don't have money. Yeah.
That's amazing. What's the biggest untapped opportunity in the industry currently?
The funnel. Once again, the ladder to become to like the ladder, the talent ladder. Because I say this a lot. It feels like Ghana, we are always starting the cycle again. We are never.
We are reinventing the wheel.
Not even reinvent it. It's like every time something happens, like this is the newest thing that happened. Like there's never been like and this begets this, and this beget that, and that beget that, and that beget that. It always feels like when someone is starting, they're starting from scratch, and it's so painful. Like, and I reckon it's even painful for people who have to then like, okay, let me do the engine wheel. Because when you look at every part of the world, you can see a through line from all their creatives. Oh, say John Cassavetes did something. Then from John Cassavetes, you get the Steven Spielberg. Then from the Steven Spielberg, you get Spike Lee. Then from Spike Lee, you get Gina Prince Blythewood. Then from Gina Prince Blythewood, you get the Ryan Cooglers or that. Or it goes back and forth. Okay, Friends, someone who wrote Friends did was it 30 Rock or something? I've forgotten them. Maybe someone on SNL. Like there's a pipeline. So there's never like if they are starting, they're not starting from scratch. They are just building on to
Building
what is
on
there.
what already
But
exists.
if you're in Ghana, it kind of feels like then you're starting from scratch. Then you're starting from scratch. And it's frustrating. I imagine it's frustrating for everybody
It's
involved.
tiring.
It's tiring because when you watch Bob Cole's I Told You So, when you watch a film by Werner Herzog, when you see Ken Ampao, their films, you're like, oh, those are great films. Then there was the era of Gamma films, which I'm so sad that almost all the Gamma films have been lost because they were the highlights of my weekend. Then you have the moments where we had, Shirley Fempomans had Adam's Apple. Then we had the Sting in a Tail. Then we had the Northern Affair. Then we had all of that. Then whatever happened in the industry happened. Then it's like, oh, now we have to start again. And it's like, we need to create that pipeline. We need to create and always like, oh, this person did this because of this. Oh, because we know if you look at shows everywhere, it's because someone will say, oh, I worked on this person's production and that's why I'm doing my production now. So that's where we have to get to, where someone can say that my hope, my biggest dream is like all the people that we work with will go and do their own productions. And then the people that work also do their own productions, then we expand.
You expanded gradually. That's amazing. But that would require a lot of trust.
And that's fine. And I don't know why we act like saying that it requires trust is a big deal. Everything requires trust. If I'm going to go into business with you, I need to trust you to a point.
Now, you've answered the next question that I had, which was in the next 5 years, what do you think needs to change in the industry? And I think you made a good
I think the
point.
one thing that needs to change is collaboration. We need to understand what collaboration is. Like for me and my business partner, who's also my creative partner, Nanesi Hene, we always talk about how best can we collaborate, where it's not just words, where it's not
Mhm.
just vibes, where it's not just, oh, Charlie, we have to collaborate, where it's a clear collaborative path. That's what the industry needs to do, because there are several people that have come up to me, Charlie, we need to collaborate. And I know they're lying. I know they won't collaborate. I know they won't reach out. I know.
How do you
From the deepest part of me, I know they won't reach out. But if you reach out, that's fine. But I know they won't.
What makes you think? What if the time is just not right?
Maybe. And that's fine. Maybe. But collaboration is hard. Collaboration is hard. Working with different people is hard because everybody has their working style.
So we are now moving into the game section, which is part of my favorite points.
Okay.
In the game section, there are 3 games that we're going to play.
Okay.
One of them is picking something from this, money box.
Okay.
There's no money inside, but you see the money. But let's start with the first section of the game. So you have to pick one.
Okay.
So it's rapid. Pop, 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 pop.
Right.
And we start in 3, 2, 1. Bigger budget or bigger audience? Hey, what you?
No, I'm thinking because they all have implications. You can have a bigger budget, but then the movie is a horrible movie. Or you can have a bigger audience, because when you have a bigger audience, then it means you can have a bigger budget on your next project. So
Yeah,
bigger
that's why you have to
audience.
pick one.
A bigger audience.
Why?
Once again, if you have a bigger audience, then you can prove that people will come and watch what you're doing, and that will help you have a bigger budget for your next project.
Okay, lovely. Netflix deal or cinema success?
Both.
It's one. You have to.
I'd pick both.
Great script, average actors, or average scripts, great actors?
Oh, great script, average actors.
Why?
I know someone would say that average script, great actors, which I can see the case for it, because sometimes great actors can elevate the most mundane thing. Like, have you seen Denzel Washington like do an interview where he has to act? Oh, it's like the best thing you ever see. But if you have average actors, and the thing is that you didn't say bad actors. You just said average actors. You can push average actors. Bad actors, you can't push them. There's nothing you can do. But if you have average actors and the script is great, you can take them to where they need to go to make sure that the script sings.
Okay. International recognition or local dominance?
International recognition.
Hey.
Because no, this is a Ghana thing. I'm sorry. If you have international recognition, the Ghanaians will like you. It's as simple as that.
Does that explain why you don't do a lot of promotions in Ghana?
I mean, once again, two is our first film, so I can't say that we haven't done the promotion for film.
No, but do you get where I'm coming from? Does that
No,
explain why somebody will sign a deal for the movie that they produce here in Ghana to be shown outside the country than to get
But they
rights to
did,
show it here
but
in
they did
Ghana?
show it in Ghana. Nobody went to watch it. Not like nobody went to watch it. Like you guys weren't curious enough. And it's about having the most bang for your buck. If I produce a movie and I take my movie out and I show it to Ghanaians, I show it to people, different people like it. And then someone comes to me and the person says, okay, I'll take global rights, but you can take local rights. They are showing it to the rest of the world. You have to show it to Ghanaians, and Ghanaians have to want to watch it.
Watch it. Okay. 10 million views online or sold out cinema success? Sold out cinema run, sorry.
Sold out cinema run over how many? None.
You pick none?
None of them.
10 million views online?
Online where? Okay, actually, let's online where?
Online globally.
Where?
Outside, not in Ghana.
What platform?
Oh, actually on Prime.
10 million views. That's not enough to be able to recoup like enough money, because you need at least 20 million views to be able to then be talking about something. So, what's the second thing you said? Sold out cinema.
Sold out cinema run.
For how long?
For 10 days.
So not enough, because then you have to share the revenue you get with the cinema company. I'm doing the math right now.
It's not adding up there.
Yeah, I mean, for that now pick both. I'd pick both the successful cinema run, then the 10 million views.
Okay. Now let's move on to my mystery box where we have 4 questions left. In this box, there are 4 questions now. Each of the questions have a money tag to it.
Okay.
When you pick it, you read it out and you answer the question.
Okay.
So which one would it be?
Let me pick the 2 million one. What's a creative you misunderstood at first? In what sense?
So, someone that is in the industry that you misunderstood initially, but now you understand the person and what kind of art they're creating. None.
I've never misunderstood anybody. I think that everybody has what they want to say. So there's nobody I've misunderstood, because I understand, or I know that whatever it is they're telling is true to what they think is right.
Think it is.
Yeah, so I don't think there's anybody I've misunderstood.
Okay. We'll give it to her. So the last set of questions is, if I give you 1 million cedis to produce a film, first off, is 1 million cedis enough to produce a film?
Let's move on. If you give me 1 million cedis, that's what you have. Okay, if you give me 1 million cedis.
If I give you 1 million cedis to produce a film, how would you divide it amongst these people? Cast, crew, equipment, marketing, location, and contingency.
Hey, there's marketing part. With the 1 million, take our marketing. Take our marketing. If you have 1 million cedis, yeah, the marketing, yeah, we do a separate budget for. So take our marketing. Okay.
Oh my goodness! So cast, crew, equipment, location,
marketing,
location, and then contingencies.
If you give me 1 million cedis, I'd put 5% for contingency straight out the bat. So that's about 100,000. That's 50,000 for contingency.
Yeah.
So if I have 50,000 for contingency, what are the things again?
Cast, crew, equipment, location.
So we're not going to pay for the script.
No, that one is already sorted out.
Okay, cast, crew, equipment. Oh, it would depend. How many days are we shooting it? It means if it's 1 million cedis, it means we have to shoot like about 5 to 10 days, 5 to 12 days. Cast will be about 10%. So that's like, if you're taking 50,000 out, so that's 950,000. So that'll be like 100,000. So that's 950,000. Well, you can afford. No, not really. It depends. How many casts are we using?
We're using like 8 casts.
Oh, 8. Oh, then the 100,000 is cool. Then crew. By crew, you have to bundle the crew with the equipment, because then there's production design, there's locations. So let's see. 10% for cast. Crew would include the director, the producer, all of those people.
Mhm.
So that'll be another 30% or 20%. And then Then the equipment. If you want great equipment costs money. So then you have to shoot for lesser days. So that's about 35% for equipment. Oh, then there's production design as well.
The
So your
equipment.
locations, then your props, your costumes, hair, makeup, all of that. Yeah.
Okay, but I heard equipment takes 35%.
Equipment costs money,
A lot of money.
a lot of money. And I know a lot of people think it's unfair, but that's what it is. Because if you're going on set and people come and they say, oh, that thing you shot, we want the same thing. And I'm like, okay, this is how much the equipment costs. And when you say that, they think, but isn't it just some camera that you come and put there? And it's like, that's how much
That's
the
how
camera
much the
costs.
camera
That's
costs.
how much the lights cost. Like, you want light, you want the thing to be lit. So when they're coming to walk the shadow and to come to the light, oh yeah, all those things, they cost money. The grip, okay, so when they're driving the car, I want the camera to be looking at them. That's a car mount. The moment you say that, like, oh, so you want a car mount or you want a bed? Because if we are doing a bed, it means I have to call the person for the bed. That's like 2,000 a day. And that they would say that that's for like 6 hours. You'll do 2,000 for 6 hours. But you want a car mount. That's like 1,000. How many days are we going to do that? We do the cost. Okay, yeah.
That is the end of our game section.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
participating in my games.
Okay.
But yeah, I really do appreciate the conversation because then you've made me realize that maybe the promotion thing that I'm on is partly because of me.
Yeah. The thing is, okay, Ghanaians, we have a tendency, and I'm including myself in it, we have a tendency to complain a lot. And we do a whole lot of complaining, not a whole lot of supporting. So when we come and like, why are people not doing Ghanaian movies? It's like they are. The animation guys are doing this. There's
Yeah, I saw
there's
that
Animus
one.
FYB.
FYB, yeah.
There's Mills Media. There's Studio S. There are all these people that are doing amazing animations. That's also Ghanaian content, right?
Yeah.
What?
I saw that one.
Yes. So it's all on us. So I feel like instead of like always complaining and complaining, like nobody knows the problems of the film industry more than the practitioners. Like you can't talk to a film practitioner where they can give it to you PowerPoint, AII, IVC. Like they can break it down to you in so many points, but they are trying their best. And like I feel like, yes, we need to support them. So complain. Like I'm not even trying to say like don't complain, but like let your complaints and your supports
Be matching.
Don't let it one complain all the time and don't support, because if it's like when you haven't bought my matcha before and you always complain about matcha.
Matcha is not nice. Have you bought?
If you've bought it and you've tried it, then I'll listen to you. But if you haven't supported it and you're always complaining, and that's why sometimes I'll use the musicians for that. That's why sometimes musicians don't listen to people. Like, why are you always doing that? Yeah, but the music that they release that you think is not nice, that's the one that everybody listens to. So they're not going to listen to you that you don't listen to their music. You're not their audience anyway. So why are they going to cater to you? So if you want people to cater to you, support them, then they'll cater to you. Okay, hi, my name is Lawrencia Larbi-Amoah. I am a writer and producer at Bravado and NKACC, and you should check out Journey Uncovered.
Yes.
My interview or just Journey Uncovered?
Oh, your interview and the entire Journey Uncovered.
Okay, so you should check out my interview on the Journey Uncovered and watch out for other interviews as well.
All right. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I'd like to say a very big thank you to every single person that is behind the camera. There are actually 2 people that are behind the cameras, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please share your perspective, your opinions, your questions. I would like to read all of them down in the comment section. And when this episode airs out, there'll be a pop quiz over there because I still think the promotion thing, they're not doing enough. But yeah, today they've convinced me that I am the one not too interested in the industry. So yeah, look out for this episode. Bye for now.